that castle talk.
What up, Mozay?
You watch the world. This that castle talk. 1, 2, 3, castles for you. This is that castle talk. Yo, castle me, castle 1, castle 2, castle 3.
Welcome to Castle Talk, Day and Night. I'm your host, Jay Connects, alongside my co-host, King Pinky.
Hey.
This is episode 7, and we're here with Mozay Calloway from Dataway. Mozay, what brings you to our lovely home?
It's all about the data, Jay. It's all about the information. It comes from everywhere, north, south, east, and west. So that's the Dataway. And I'm here to share some information with the people. Information about the Gremgoyles. Information about life. Control the intellectual property. This is what we're all about. It's the game that we're playing. Welcome to Web3.
Ooh. I feel like every time you talk, there's like a real message behind it and a deeper message also behind that. And you're rhyming every time as well. Anyone else notice that? Am I the only one?
It's actions behind every word, man. You get into a pattern, you can't undo the pattern. You know, it just twists and spins like the planet of Saturn.
Even now, even the response to that was also a rhyme in itself, and I applaud you for it.
Whoa.
So I have a few questions to ask you, Mozay. First, I'm gonna start off with, when did you initially start to rap? Like, when did you think that this was the route I wanted to take, the journey I wanted to go on, and become a full-time MC? At what age? When did it start for you? I'm curious about that.
Sure. Well, it started for me actually at the age of 35. I retired at the age of 33. I retired at 33, from corporate life, America. I was a pre-settlement funding specialist, owned a few businesses in that space. If you know JG Wentworth, Need Cash Now, then, you would have probably seen me at a conference all across the country, legally up with these lawyers and doctors. My wife was diagnosed with cancer March 2015. And, it was one of those things where life just kind of zeroed in into a very singular balance for me. A perspective that was just all about, priorities. And I took my priorities and decided to live life with my family. Didn't know how much time I would have with her. I just know that I made enough money in my life to step back from, the hustle and bustle of the rat race. And, I spent about a good year just living, helping her fight that battle. And she was able to fight and went out on that first round. And, my neighbor was doing music. I lived in Brooklyn for a long time, lived on the block for a long time. You don't always talk to your neighbors the way that we did growing up. But I ended up connecting with my neighbor when I started to do renovations on my house. Found out that he was a master carpenter, so he helped me out with a lot. And then that, relationship kind of flourished. Then I found out that he did music, had a full studio in his basement, and was building this stage in his backyard to do a showcase. And he's like, oh, you're very well spoken. You should help me MC this show. So that's how that started, 2016. A year later, 2017, I'm just, sitting there. He's just like, you've been in here all the time. He's like, I know you got some bars. And it was one of those things where it's like, once I started, I could not stop. And
Wow.
It's been a consuming thing for me. So I would say 2017 would be the starting point of, my rap journey. And, I started out as a rapper, but now I'm the MC, the wordsmith, as I like to call myself. Every word chosen carefully crafted for speaking.
Wow.
That's something I did not know.
You started, and don't think that's disrespectful or anything, but you started like late, right? Is that what you would consider to be late for like a rapper, 35?
Not at all, because Yogi Berra has one of the dopest quotes, and he said, "It gets late early. It gets late early, baby."
Listen, I don't know. I thought I would have heard something like 18, 16, something like that. But I mean, I'm assuming before that age of 35, you were writing raps or rapping, but you didn't consider yourself a rapper and full time until you reached 35. Is that what I'm hearing, or no?
Oh yeah, rapping is like hanging out with your college friends and the beat comes on and y'all freestyling. That was what rapping was. Nothing that we took seriously.
Oh, okay. I got you.
So it's like, probably the flow has always been there, but I never took it seriously until I took it seriously.
Okay. So you're a full-time MC. And also I wanted to ask a question about your whole label, like your studio, the Opera House. Can you talk more about that and how that came about?
Sure. So fast forward, my wife, she, would die in January 2020. Right before Thank you, brother. And,
Man.
February 1st of 2020 just started a path that just brought me here, From February 1st to now, I'm up to 999 songs. Actually, I recorded my 1,000th song yesterday.
Congrats, bro.
1,001 and 1,001 songs recorded so far. So that's what we got. That's the number. And, June of 2020, a couple of bros of mine, my boy J Rugged, I Am Casualty, and K9 Gilly from Florida. We started the label We the CEO. Like I said, I've always been about controlled IP. If I was going to play in this game, I wanted to play it in the business format. I'm not in the music industry. I'm in the music business, and I'm in the business of making music. I'm in the business of owning my music, controlling my music, putting the music out in the way that I want. So it just started this entire, kind of branding, movement. That brought me back home to Syracuse, August of that year. And a year later, I found the Alien Opera House. Been in the Alien Opera House for the past, almost 3 years now. It's been something I've been growing in my city. It's a very large building that's detached from a very old church. It's like the school portion of the church, and we've turned that into a very artsy, community. It's a private club that we've dubbed the Intergalactic Academy of the Arts and Sciences. Myself, Bro Price, Mental Stamina, being the leaders and the helms of that. It's a healing center. It's a place where people come for music therapy.
Question, sorry to interrupt. So do you own that building?
We're in the process of owning the building. The building currently is owned by a realty company here, and we've been working with them to purchase the building. Unfortunately, we were sued by the church next door over a farmer's market that we were having in our building, legal farmer's market. Weed is legal in our state, but we got into issues with parking. And 1,800 people coming into the building every Sunday from 11 to 5. Thus, the song "Pounds in the Building," and they were just bothering us. So we had to fight a lawsuit for an entire year against them. Myself, Petty, and our family at the Alien Opera House. We had to shut our doors down, temporary restraining orders, and we just had to go through this massive political endeavor. Being able to come through that, we rebranded Alien Opera House. Conscious Productions is now a full production company. We basically travel around and we do sound wherever we go. If I'm doing any of my music anywhere, I'm bringing my own sound. That's just how we roll. And, we wanted to put on the best show. The Intergalactic Academy was opened officially in April of this year. And, I've just basically turned our club private. You got to be a member to come inside. Everything we do is under the protections of any 501c3 charity. We are a charitable organization. We have a full soccer camp upstairs in our gym now, fully turfed out, practice field. And there are 80 kids in the building every day. In addition to that, I have, set days where I'm doing like musical therapy. We shoot podcasts, and we have metaverse events, practically weekly in the building.
Wow. You guys are doing some monumental stuff over there in the Opera House. Definitely gotta pay a visit this year. I don't know when exactly, but this year I got to make my way and visit the Opera House and get to see everything's going on.
Can't wait to host you, man. We got some really cool things coming up. Would have loved to have had you guys last Saturday, man. We did a full 24-hour Freedom Festival at the G Lodge out in Hannibal. It's this campsite.
No, you sent me through some pictures and videos, and I was talking to Smarts about it from Pigeons of New York, and he saw it too, man. We're impressed, bro. You got some good stuff over there.
I was hoping you guys would have been able to make it up, man. It was probably the most, strenuous, exhausting endeavor that I've ever, put forth. But, we were able to pull it off. We started at 10 a.m. We ended at 10 a.m. The next day. Had a midnight rave, and it went till about 5 o'clock, and then we did yoga for all those who stayed awake. Full tent situation. You ever enjoyed a rave inside of a tent with lights? It's the most amazing thing. With a field blasting the music. The music direction was going north, south, east, and west. Just information. It's that away.
So now I want to get into the in-depth question. Like, I've been waiting for this answer. Let's talk about the introduction between Mozay Calloway hip hop game and the Gremgoyles. How all that came about. Like, how do we meet you, Mozay? That's the question.
So, we officially met, at the very first Hip Hop Metaverse Day on 11/11. And that's when we had the first Lyrical Olympics through Hip Hop Gang. I had joined the Hip Hop Gang back in July. I was introduced to the Hip Hop Gang, by Mr. Orwright, who we all know. And, was able to just build a relationship, with the members of the gang, coming from my background and being able to be of a service. You want to be a value add to anything that you're a part of. Coming into Web3 was a hell of an experience because I didn't know anything. It's like, I'm a pretty smart guy, but like trying to pick up this Web3 stuff was difficult when I didn't know anybody in the space. Mm-hmm. So being able to, connect with Mental, Slim, Row House, Rita, my guy Mulatto, Krem, and everyone that's on the team, they all, welcomed me with warm embrace, So once I got drafted and you guys took me number one, and it was just like, oh shucks, I'm like, I wasn't sure if you had heard my music or anything like that.
Oh, I heard your music, bro. I did my research on you, bro. Don't worry about it.
Thank you, man. Thank you. But I know that I wanted to take this whole opportunity serious. So I did take it serious, and just coming in blazing with ideas like, all right, cool, Gremgoyles, want to learn as much about you guys' project, which helped me to write that first song, We're Gremgoyles. And, we've just kind of just been, blazing ever since.
When we did that hip hop game where we had to draft everybody. I was telling Jay, who do we draft, man? Who do we draft? And Jay's like, this Mozay guy knows what he's doing because Jay heard you rap in a Twitter space, and I'm like, okay, I don't know who Mozay is, so let me look over it. And then the next thing you know, I go see a Mozay Calloway Vivo. I'm like, what is this? And then I hear the song Quiet Night. I'm like, all right, no. I want Mozay we have how many draft picks? We have 5. I want them all. Put Mozay for all of them. I'm like, and then I'm thinking to myself, imagine this guy doing the Gremgoyle song for us. And then, boom, we asked. No hesitation from you. You just embarked that journey with us, making the GG808 song. We blasted that song in Twitter Spaces. People were saying, "What is this?" I'm like, "It's my boy Mozay. You got to join the hip hop. You got to draft this guy because if you don't draft him, you don't get him." People missed opportunities for meeting great talent in that trading hip hop game thing that we were doing. People were missing. Oh, yeah. People missed a lot on that activity, I should say.
Well, we definitely capitalized off of the opportunity.
Yeah.
So we missed the boat, which is why we're here. And I think that we're in a real good position right now to really make some noise in this space.
Yeah, we're really good. Jay, what do you think about that?
I realized I was on mute, but I was saying that during that Olympics, there was a lot of opportunity for a lot of projects that
Yeah.
had sponsored and picked up artists to do what we've been doing, but I guess they kind of saw it in a different way. I guess they kind of saw that like the other person would take charge instead of both being like-minded and taking charge together as one. And I think that's what we really did well together. I think we both took it seriously, Grimwills and Mosaic. It wasn't like one-sided. I talked to some of the other projects that had picked up their artists, and what I got back was, I'm not going to chase them. You know, they should come to us. We're sponsoring
Yes.
them. A lot of back and forth on the other side. Some artists would say the opposite. They don't really know the other community. They should reach out to me. They drafted me. So it wasn't. It wasn't. I guess from what I understand, everyone wasn't on the same playing field. They didn't see like the bigger picture. That you, if you want to, if you want to get something, if you want to be somebody, if you want to go somewhere, it sounds like a song. You're gonna have to put that work in. You're gonna have to actually take that step. Because I mean, and not even take the step. You have to go a little further than that. Because I also reached out to a lot of other artists that we drafted, and they also were part of the evolution. So Mosaic, we appreciate you, bud.
Yep.
Thank you. And it's just like what I tell my team. It's like the way that I operate. As like I call myself the big CEO, is that we're all moving on the same path. We have converging lanes that come together. They go apart. We have our own trajectory of how our growth is going to be. But it's like if you're laying out the breadcrumbs, then all one needs to do is follow suit. It's 15 steps, right? If I'm 5 steps ahead, then I'm training the next person to get to those next 3 steps. Now they'll be able to take the next person and get them to the first 2 steps, and it just becomes that cyclical thing. We've had these conversations in spaces where I've been asked like, how do I make it work with you guys? One, you've never had to chase me down, and I made sure that I communicated with you. So that was always one good off rip. And for the most part, I did that with all 3 communities that drafted me, the Ducks as well as Coffee and Crypto Group, CNC, and I wrote them all songs. Everyone has a song. Ducks, I gifted them a song to Little Terrors, which is the Latino song that I did called Estela, and did that part to saying try to build as much, because I really want to like be a powerhouse force in this space. Once I started seeing those OpenSea rankings and there's just these collections up there, and I'm listening to the music, I'm like, I fit in here. Just gotta get in there. But just like I told you guys before, I didn't want to rush it. This is much a learning process as much as growth for me in this space, to build trust in our community, so that ultimately when we do drop our projects, people will actually want to have it, versus just dropping it and then people saying it's like, oh, you guys are just trying to play off our community. That's not how it is. We're really trying to build with the community. We're really trying to grow with the community. And this is a generational thing. This is blockchain music. It's going to live forever. So I don't necessarily worry about today as much as I look forward to tomorrow when it comes to what's coming.
So what you blessed us with, one with the GG808 song, available on Spotify. You guys, a little plug here and there. You blessed us with the GG808 song, which we blasted on Twitter Spaces wherever we go. Man, me and Jay blasted in our cars. Man, I'm in Montreal next to some chiquitas at the bus stops. And listen to what I'm listening to. Mozay Calloway, from that away. Anyways. And then you blessed us with a music video of that song, which that's another thing. Another thing that these projects that were in the hip hop game venture here didn't capitalize on what they could have done with all these beautiful, amazing artists. We got you, bro, and you not only did us a song, you did us a music video, and now we got a GG album coming out, a Gremgoyle album, with you as the executive producer. Like, who's doing this now in this game? Not many people, you know? And we're blessed because we got you not only as one of our like a community member and loyal community member, but also like a team player, a team member. You know, you're family to us, you know? Let's talk about what's coming up next. You know, Jay, you want to go and talk about what's coming up next with this amazing, talented individual of Mozay Calloway?
Yes.
I would like to ask if Mozay actually thought of having a Grim Goals album after he made the first song for us. Was that in the foresight after you made the first song? Did you always think that we would be able to come together and collaborate to have an album down the line? Was that always in your foresight?
Absolutely, because you guys had always talked about, you know, putting out a project. I didn't think that I would be, you know, the chief architect behind it, you know, but I definitely, you know, felt that I'd be a part of it.
Okay.
Nah.
Yeah, I was curious because I know it wasn't necessarily part of the plan. I know someone, I think it might have been Jay Lee actually. I think she had asked that question, what's next for the Grim Goals? And this is like while we're minting in November. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, the conversation was music. And then the following month we got a song. And, you know, I know I wasn't thinking about us having an album this so early in the game. I thought maybe like by maybe the V2s, after the V2s anyways. But I'm happy. I'm happy that it came at the right time, right? Where we sold out our collection and now we can help, you know, push the album and you get to shine even brighter. But let's talk about the album itself. Let's talk about what inspired you to make the album and I guess why you chose the songs that you chose to be on it.
Sure. So for one, you know, I wanted to make, you know, music that, you know, told the Grim Goals story, but I also wanted to make music that, you know, just blended in with the Grim Goyle vibe. So not every song is shouting Grim Goyles. You know, I think we put a nice mix of, you know, official GG songs versus official GG vibes, and you know, just thinking about like, you know, the overall vibe of a Grim Goyle. So, you know, you have songs on there like So Easy, you know, it's easy life as a Grim Goyle, you know. But you know, that speaks heavily just on like blockchain music, you know, just like how we operate in our day-to-day life, how, you know, we can live on the blockchain, not have to necessarily work, but just like really, you know, move our assets back and forth in a very easy manner, you know. So that's what that song's about. But then you have obviously the GG Shill, which is probably the second song that I created, you know, which explains how you can get the project, you know. Obviously that'll never change, so that information is just going to be there and it's needed, but we made it into a really cool song, you know, there. $3 bill, you know, just using the three, you know, 3 castles, 3 kings, you know, just playing with those numbers, unconscious to our spending habits. $3 bills, gotta have it, you know. That's just a vibe, you know. It's the vibe that I created with my boy Tajay Pringle, produced by my good friend Jamify. I should also note, man, you know, every single sound on this project comes from my city. You know, this is a upstate collaboration, you know, in Central New York. You know, my producers are some of the finest producers on there. So, you know, you're outside of the GG 808 album with my bro Stakes Too Hard, who's also in the Pantheon. You know, we got some fiery, fresh producers. So you're getting sounds that just have never been heard. You're getting type sounds that have just never been heard. These are your Mozay type sounds.
Hey,
you know?
I did a beat, bro. I did a beat. No.
Oh yes. Well, but Pinky, that's a given, bro. Because you know, you're part of the project, so
See,
you know you're definitely represented. And you know, I do have one other track from my guy Woodside, who's in Texas. You know, and he's just a guy that just makes amazing songs. Amazing songs. So that was on there, and I wanted to just make sure that I represented him as well. But I would say a good 80% of the songs sounds come from my city of Syracuse.
Yeah, man. It's like, I know Jay Connects is on the album. You know, we got the Italian, our community manager, on the album. my name is referenced a lot on the album. That's for sure. But at the same time, like you don't hear my awful lisp voice in there. Thank God. But but I did make an impact on at least one of the tracks. You know, burn it down, baby, burn it down, burn those castles down.
Well,
So-
you know, you sent that GG Jam, and that's the opening.
Yeah.
Opening track. You know, Jay Connects has an amazing, intro skit on there. You know, it's like it's so reminiscent to Bad Boy.
Yes, that's what I was going for, bro.
And I was like, so he puts the music to it. And I'm just like, oh, bro, this is so sick. I can't wait to hear this, man. You know, it got that Dolby Master sound on there, and it's a powerful message in this project. That's
And you know, also, I noticed after the second time of hearing it, a part where I say "open the gates," and he has a sound effect
yes,
of like the gates opening, and you can hear like chickens and dogs barking as if we really are in a castle. It's like you got to sit there and really like re-listen to skit over and over again. Turn the volume up and listen deeper.
Definitely some Easter eggs in there. That's for sure.
It's very well put together. The album was mixed down by my brother Nature Finch. He mixed down about 70% of the songs, 80% of the songs, and there are about 4 songs that are produced by my bro Ojeets mixed that, Greg Tell Me When, and my guy Mikey T. Mikey T, he did the Bare Bones mix. Jeets did the California Dreamin' mix. Mikey T did the Where Grim Goyles mix, but then Nature mixed everything else.
Well, let me just tell you, I'm excited to have this released. Another Grim Goyles, because of you, Mozay. Another thing Grim Goyles has innovated on. We're innovators here. You're not only a community member, you're a team member in our eyes, your brother in our eyes. You know, I can't wait to come to New York come the end of July to just, I got to stop by Syracuse, or I'm going to bring your ass to New York, to Manhattan or something. Because, coexisting gaming. I'm gonna be around there. You guys do Friday nights, so probably gonna pop in. Probably gonna be there on a Friday night as well with the wifey, And I definitely want to shake your hand, give you give you a hug, bro, for everything what you've done for us. Jay's my brother, and you're alongside him too, bro. So it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure. Hey.
It's gonna be an epic night the day we all meet, man. I've gotten to meet Jay now. 3 times now, Jay? I think we met 3 times now.
He tall, right? He tall.
Yeah, he's tall.
I feel like, yeah, it's probably 3 times, but it feels like it's been longer than that. But yeah, 3 times up there.
You meet people and it's just like, oh man, I feel like I know this guy forever. But between you and Smarts, I've met you both a few times now. Met my guy, Mr. Wonderful. Just connecting with people in Web3 and then meeting them in real life is a totally different experience, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you get to put a face to the voice, you get to shake a hand, exchange that energy, and then you get to confirm that your vibes are real. That's most important for me, is that confirmation that you guys are as you say you are in real life. So I'm excited, looking forward to meeting you, Pinky, man. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
And I want to say before we end this out and we ask for like one word that describes Mozay, before we get to that part, I would like to also say, if you guys want to get a taste of what a Grimgle collaboration with Mozay Calloway sounds like, if you got an iPhone, if you got iTunes, if you got Spotify, if you got YouTube is free. Everyone should have YouTube. Go and check out We're Grim Goyles. Type in We're Grim Goyles on iTunes, on Spotify, and play it. Play in your house. Play it on your speakers. Play it outside. Play in your car. If you have these streaming services, just play the song, and it will give you a taste of what you can expect for the album to be like.
Right.
Watch the music video. You can see Hip Hop Game in there. There's a feature. The guy who that definitely brought us all together.
Yep.
Into one. Shout out to Hip Hop Game. You'll see Mozay, of course, and you'll see even the Opera House that we were just talking about. The building where everything is going down, where these guys will eventually own. You know, black CEOs. You know, shout out to these guys.
Pinky and the J, that's the brain. King Icarus and Kane Code developed the meta code.
The meta you attain. Calloway, I spit this.
They know that shit. Yeah, they know that shit. Let's go.
Yeah, you see. All right, Mozay. One word, bro. One word that describes you. One word. Hashtag.
Relentless.
Relentless. Wow, that's a good one. Jay, we didn't hear that one yet, bro.
No, we haven't.
Relentless.
We have one space that repeated one space, one podcast to repeat the same word, and now we're continuing with new words. So I like it. I like it.
Relentless. Fuck, I like that one.
Episode number 7.
Mozay Calloway, guys. Mozay, thank you so much. You know, guys, look out for the GG album. Only available on OpenSea. And Mozay, thank you so much for everything you've done for us, bro. And we'll see you on the flip side. Jay, any final words?
Castle 2 is on the come up.
Castle 2, man. He's probably the new king of Castle 2. Let's just say it. But
I would say he is.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you. Episode 7. And Mozay, thank you so much, bud.
Thank you for having me.
All right, man. See ya.
Peace.
Yeah. It's that castle talk.
What up, Mozay?
You watch the world. This that castle talk. 1, 2, 3, castle for you. This is that castle talk. Yo, castle me, castle 1, castle 2.